Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never Words Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Brown, joined as always by my brother, Tim. Tim, we're going to start here. Are you ready to explain to the people what your bet was for the 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time Patriots-Jaguars kickoff in London?
Yeah, as we know, I was pretty amped up after Drake May's first game. So I thought I'd roll that into a little parlay. Patriots win. I did take the under, which was 42 and a half, I think.
Did either of those hit?
They did not. But,
No.
Halfway through the game, I saw the way it was going, and then I took the Jags minus 15 and a half. And that hit.
Well, there you go. So you recoup some of your losses, so to speak.
Yes. Broke even. Even.
Wait, minus 15 and a half?
Yeah. They won by 6.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it now. So I agree with you. I thought that the Jaguars were pretty terrible, so I thought the Patriots would win as well. I don't know where to start because the Jaguars are awful. So let's start where your bread is buttered, Tim. Neither line is good. Offense and defense.
They sure aren't. That offensive line is horrific. Who was playing? Somebody with the last name Robinson was playing left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a play where I think the defender was offsides. I think that's what they wound up calling. Or another defender was offside, so the play was wiped out, but it was a sack.
Oh, yeah, early on, yeah.
It was horrendous. He just ran right around him. He didn't even, punch out, nothing. Just was like, you know what, I'm just faster than you. And
Well, he
got
did
Drake
cheat.
May crushed. Huh?
The defender cheated because he jumped off sides.
No, he lined up offsides.
Oh.
So you still had the same...
Still cheating. D
Yeah,
Ford lined up off sides.
Same opportunity. You both moved at the same time. And he got...
Yes. So this was their seventh different combination of offensive line, and it was their seventh game.
And everybody knows the
picture.
offensive line does not need continuity. You want just throw it out there, mix it up all the time.
Well, I said this to you and Jack. Maybe this is the new Mayo, the new approach Mayo's trying, is don't let the defense know who's going to play where. So they can't game plan.
That's
It's like
smart.
saying, I don't know what quarterback's going to play, except Mayo's going to tell you on Tuesday, so you have the whole week to prepare for which quarterback. Here's just a perfect example of where we are in the world, Tim. Drake May was pressured on his pressure rate was 38.1, and that was on 37 attempts. Trevor Lawrence only passed 20 times and was pressured 14%. And if you want you don't want percentages, I know fractions aren't your thing.
That's true.
Okay, May was pressured on 16 of those dropbacks. Trevor Lawrence was pressured on 3.
What happened to the defensive line? I would say what happened to the defense in
Judon are gone.
Yeah.
what's his name? Not Bentley. Yeah, Juwan Bentley in the middle.
Yeah.
So that hurts. So I was reading the Globe this morning, and as I was waiting in a waiting room, had a minor procedure. But
what did you have done today?
We'll get to it. Dietrich Wise was talking about how the Jags' plan was to double team their front 3 or 4 and make the linebackers make a play. And that's a great strategy because the linebackers can't make a play. I think this is year 3 now. We've talked about them needing speed at linebacker. But now they just need talent at linebacker.
Which is disappointing because we knew this year they were going to suck. Right? Everybody knew that.
Sure. Yeah.
But
I'm questioning my pick of 3 wins.
you thought that the defense was good after last year? So you were like, all right, Drake. If Drake May's good, at least he has a good defense. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have wide receivers, but the defense is set. Like we don't need to worry about that. And now I look at it and I'm like, I don't know how they get out of this with Drake May. Like the rookie contract's 4 years?
I think you can get a 5th option.
They're not going to be good in next year.
No. It makes you wonder, Tim, if
and Mayo might suck as a coach.
I was just going to say, their defense was good last year. Of course, they don't have Judon, but Judon only has 1.5 sacks this year. Barmore is the big loss. Bentley's a huge loss. Yeah, I saw the video. We talked about it. We talked about it last week.
I don't think we did.
Oh, maybe just in text. But Judon only has 1.5 sacks. Uche was a flash in the pan. No one signed him.
Like Keon White had the first two games. He was good. Now you don't even hear his name. He's probably getting double teamed, but
this is after yesterday's game. Another round of defensive players saying people are playing selfish. It seems like Keon White is trying to get sacks and not setting the edge and doing stuff he's supposed to. You're going to have to break that down. You should start watching All 22 and come in with a lineman report.
I can do that.
Yeah, there you go. I just assigned you that.
I'll give the offensive line a D.
To the 9 people listening, tell one friend to listen.
Then we're up to 18, guys.
There we go. We've got to bump these numbers up. But
it's like a pyramid scheme.
There you go. But if you reverse it, now what is it?
A funnel.
There you go. That's what our listeners have done in the past 3 years. All this to say, maybe it was Belichick kind of putting that defense together.
Yeah, and you made that point, I think, in one of the pods before the season. You said that you expect the defense to take a step back. And I wasn't fully on board, but it's looking like you were right.
You don't lose the best defensive mind ever and possibly the best head coach ever and take a step forward.
No. But you got a defensive mind as a head coach.
It's turning out he might not be that good.
Why?
And Jack made a great point in the group chat. Steve Belichick was calling the plays last year, not Gerard Mayo.
Yeah. I didn't understand the going for 2.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. Let's get back to the game a little bit.
9.
They were down 9. They score a touchdown.
No, they scored a touchdown to go down 9.
They scored a touchdown to go down 9. You kick the extra. I guess you're going to have to go for it at some point. You kick the field goal, you're down 8.
Yeah, but it was
you kick the PAT.
It was the second quarter.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it was 4 minutes. It's not like the Raiders.
You're right. The logic doesn't quite. No, it was the fourth quarter because they were up 10-0, and then the Jaguars scored 22 unanswered points.
It didn't make any sense.
No, I don't get a lot of the decisions. The Jaguars, to get back to one more thing about the lines, at one point the Jaguars ran 18 straight run plays.
Yeah.
And again, in that interview I was reading today, or the article, I think it was Wise again saying they didn't do anything special. It was basic runs to the left and basic runs to the right. That was it. Trevor Lawrence didn't throw a pass from the second quarter to late second quarter to middle of the fourth quarter.
I mean, that's a lot of Barmore, you would figure.
Yeah.
And Bentley. Bentley is a run-stopping linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No,
I mean,
I agree.
it's just kind of what it's
But
going to be, but...
then Mayo comes out and says they're soft. But then reiterates today, we're not a soft team. We've been playing soft. So he must have heard the how he sounded.
He talks too much. I saw even the interview after the first quarter. He just talks too much.
Yeah. I would much
It
rather
makes
go
me miss
to
Belichick just
not saying his strategy.
not, yeah. That was a pretty good
Maybe
thing.
take a couple plays for the other team to figure out what you're trying to do instead of just saying, like, what we're going to try to do this week is...
And Van Pelt is a bad play caller.
Well, it seems like he's like, all right, cool. I got 10 good ones to start the game. Then...
Right, did the script, and then it was like, all right, now I don't know what to do.
Script was great.
Yeah.
That first drive, I know you had some thoughts. You had them beating the Jets next week. Your mind
I
is going
texted
into
you,
some
am I
terrible...
watching a 7-10 team?
Yeah. You're not. Don't
I'm
worry
not.
about that.
No, the second half cleared that up for me rather abruptly. But at the end of the day, Drake May, 26 for 37, 276, and 2 touchdowns. It's a good game.
Well, yeah, so I guess we can shift over to the good. He might be good. I think he's good.
Is Stevenson hurt?
I think he was
Or are they
dinged
just not
up.
giving him the ball?
I think they're sick of the fumbles. But I honestly, at this point, if you think about it, if like talent-wise he's your most talented player,
Just put him out there.
you're 1-5 or what is it, 1-6 at this point. Isn't it crazy that they lost to the Bengals? Have you watched the Bengals in the last couple weeks? I think the Bengals are going to win every week.
Isn't it crazy they beat the Bengals?
Did I say lost to?
Yeah, I was confused. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, obviously that's what I meant.
Yeah, but Chase had just come back. I don't know. I bet if they play next week, they're not winning.
Yeah. But yeah, May looks good. They have to figure out how to make this team a real team.
So
I understand in the next few years, but also like just figure it out so at some point in his career, it's a real team. You don't want him to go like just be a Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert. Just bad teams all around him. And you're like, okay, the guy has skill, but they suck and they make dumb mistakes like false start penalties on 3rd and short late in the game.
Or offsides on a PAT.
Yeah.
Like it's a field goal. You're not going to block it.
Yeah, just let it go. That 1 point is better than giving up 2 points, which they eventually did.
Who do you think? So they're getting a top 3 pick.
Yes. Oh, 100%. They will be one of the top 3 worst teams. But I can't stress enough. I don't care about Travis Hunter. I don't care about a wide receiver. They need a left tackle.
Yep.
And
I think they're going to fuck up the pick.
I honestly don't know how.
Last week they were drafting a wide receiver, and the wide receiver wasn't even Travis Hunter. It was somebody I didn't know.
I can't do it. You can't look at this team and say what we need is something other than offensive line help. Because if you can protect your quarterback, you can just eventually those routes will get open.
Well, there was
May
a lot
has
of drops
played well.
Like Polk dropped 3 passes yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah. He's But who knows? He might get over it. I'm not gonna say he sucks 6 games into his career.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, they're not known for drafting wide receivers. And like I get it,
No.
Belichick's not there. But everybody else still is.
Yeah.
So
Kraft keeps his guys together.
yeah.
But it has
Jets.
to be a tackle. It has to.
Jets next week.
Jets next week. They're not going to win.
Brees Hall
Even
might
though
have
the
a
Jets
decent
don't
game.
look good. Tim, do you know the current standings in the AFC East? Without
I
looking?
could probably guess it's Buffalo, Miami, New York,
Yeah.
and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Miami won yesterday, right?
No. But they still have a half-game lead, I think, over the over the Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets aren't good, but the Jets have what the Patriots don't have, and that's skill players. Like Brees Hall, forget about it. If you have Brees Hall on your fantasy team, even though he hasn't done jack shit all year, start him. And if now that you have Gonzalez on one guy, like say Gonzalez is on Devontae Adams, then Garrett Wilson's going to have a great game.
Yeah. I mean, the secondary wasn't terrible yesterday.
I don't think, Lawrence didn't have to throw. He only threw for 190 yards, but he only had, 5 incompletions? Yeah, 15 for 20, 193 yards.
Yeah.
I think I watched the, thanks to Matt for having NFL Plus, the all 22 of the 58-yard catch that Gonzalez gave up. It wasn't like he was pressed. He had like outside leverage on him, and the guy just ran a seam. Like if you watch it, Duggar and the other safety, they step up. They have like, I don't know if it was straight zone. I'm not like good enough to know that, but I don't know. He said I can't give that up. He did get beat 2 weeks in a row on the goal line for a touchdown, but it's essentially his rookie year. He played 3 games his first year, 4. Got hurt in his 4th. So I'm not worried about him. Duggar we know is good. Jack Jones is not Jack Jones. He gone.
On the Raiders.
Jonathan Jones. He does fine. It's the front 7. It's just the front 7 is so bad.
Yeah, it could be ugly with the Jets.
It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly the rest of the year. We just have to. Jack, you and I were excited after last week. The Jaguars aren't good. So we thought, okay, this is a chance to be like an ugly game, a win. Drake May's playing, and Jack was right. He was like, I know you guys are excited, but they're so bad. And they are. This was really the eye-opening, holy shit, they might actually only win 1 game and then lose 16
looking
straight.
at the schedule right now.
Yes.
And there's like 1 potential win left.
The Titans?
The Titans. The week after this.
I don't know why in my head I thought they played the Panthers. They don't.
I did too.
So I think the Jaguars was one of the wins I had factored in at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I know I said it's the Titans,
Bears,
but
Rams, Dolphins with Tua, Colts.
No, the Colts will win. The Colts beat the Dolphins yesterday. Anthony Richardson's better than... He's not that great, but if he can make it through the game, he's good enough to beat the Patriots.
Cardinals?
No. They're not beating
And then it's Bills, Chargers, Bills.
Yeah. It's over. There might be... Maybe... They have to hope Drake May or not Drake May, Will Levis plays with the Titans.
They're on Mason Rudolph with his brain. Smush brain.
Hey, Mason Rudolph can take a helmet to the forehead, stay in the game. I take him over the Patriots.
Yeah.
So Tim, 2 weeks. 2 weeks we might see the last chance they have for a chance to win. Because the other games, nope. This is a bad team. We've gone 20 minutes on the Patriots, and I'm surprised we've gone that long.
All right.
I want to throw some questions at you now.
All right, I'm ready.
Number one, did the Browns get what they wanted with the Deshaun Watson tearing his Achilles?
Yes. Although, I turned on Red Zone. I went to the kitchen for something, and I turned on Red Zone on the iPad, and I saw that Thompson Robinson. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's his first name.
Dorian.
Was playing, and I didn't know Deshaun Watson got hurt, but I was confused why Jameis Winston wasn't playing.
He was a scratch before.
But then he
game.
wound up playing at the end of the game.
I think you can have an emergency quarterback. List them as.
Jameis will play next week.
Yes, he'll start. I bet.
Okay. Have you seen all the videos of the Browns fans cheering?
Oh, I heard about it. I haven't seen the videos.
They're pretty brutal. There's one chant where the entire stadium is chanting, "You deserve this," as he's crying, getting rolled out.
These were also the people that had mannequins with boners saying, happy endings aren't illegal. Fuck those people. Like,
Browns fans are the worst.
You can't tell me those people weren't cheering, saying he hasn't been convicted of anything. They're making it up. Bullshit. And now they're cheering when he walks away. It's this, but I'm telling you, I think this is what, in the back of their minds, the overall group, the ownership group, front office, coaching staff were like, if we keep playing him, he's getting beat up a lot. Maybe we'll luck out. And who knows?
Think the ownership, because Stefanski's won 2
Coach of the year.
He could not have kept going through practice and been like, "This is our guy. He's the best guy we got." Like, I feel like the owner was saying, "You're playing Deshaun Watson. We're paying him $200 million. You're going to put him out there."
Yeah. But
and Nick Chubb's back.
I just think if they can find a loophole. But now they're still paying him. It's whatever. But you got to figure he's probably not playing next year or until at least October, November.
I don't think he'll ever play for the Browns again. He might never play football again.
Well, if they get rid of him, then no one will sign him. Even if it's free like Russell Wilson, I don't think anyone will sign him.
Yeah, I think that's probably the last time we'll ever see of him. Like, even if he's healthy in week 6 next year, like, well, what's the point? Like, the Browns are going to draft a quarterback in the first round, probably. They're going to have a top 10 pick.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's like some out in his contract that they can get lucky with, but I don't give it. I don't think they should get lucky. They shouldn't have signed him. Huh?
I bet there's an out if he sexually assaults this physical therapist.
Yeah. I saw some pretty dark memes about
I did too.
him being excited for rehab, which was tough to see. But that ownership group, that franchise deserves to have to pay every cent that they guaranteed him because they didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I think other teams were going hard for him, and they said, here's $230 million guaranteed, and he was like, oh, okay, I'll go to you.
Yeah, and they are probably watching Baker, who's like
Which
a
is the best part. That's
MVP
very
candidate. You would think leads the NFL in
well.
touchdown
Yeah,
passes.
yeah, and hasn't even played this week.
Yeah, he's just a baller.
Sidebar: why are there two at Monday night games?
I don't know. I hate the
I
schedule,
don't get this.
and they don't even start one of them like early,
At
right?
like 6, start
Start
one
one
of
of them
them
at
at
6.
6. They worry too much about the West Coast, and meanwhile,
We're out
we're
over
we're
here.
getting we're getting
Yeah.
snipped over here. So, next question. What the hell is happening in the NFC West? Are the 49ers not good?
I think it could be over. They had like a 4-year run,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's over.
All right, so it
They've gotten
seems
hurt
like,
every year.
well, this is
Ayuk's
what we
out for the
talked
season,
about.
right?
They fear it hasn't officially been called a torn ACL, but that's what they fear. My thing is we talked about this last year because we wanted to see them beat the Chiefs. We were like, if Kittle, Samuel, Ayuk, and McCaffrey are healthy, they have a really good shot. But that's the biggest if. And now only Kittle is healthy, and they're struggling. Jordan Mason's good, but he's not Christian McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey's not playing. We don't think.
I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know what's going on. He has some sort of, is it a parasite? How do you get tendonitis in one Achilles and then it moves into the other?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm out on the Niners personally.
So do you think it's the Seahawks division?
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. The Broncos just win. You know.
The Broncos are in the AFC, though.
True. It's gonna slow you down.
Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. I think it's the Seahawks division to win.
Rams are gonna get healthy. They snuck out a win.
True, and Nakua and Cooper Kupp might play Thursday. Yeah, that's an interesting wrinkle.
Seahawks went to
But
overtime with Patriots, which is not great on the record.
and then lost to the Giants. But
I mean, I think the Niners still come out of the AFC West.
you still think they win the division?
Yeah, probably.
Didn't you just say you think it's over for them?
I do think it's over for them. I think they'll get knocked out in the first round, and then, but I think they're going to win the NFC West because I don't think is Seattle first in the division right now,
Yeah.
and they probably
It
have.
currently is Seattle, San Francisco, Arizona, Los Angeles. Arizona hasn't played this week. They play tonight.
No, no,
That's the
Seattle.
second game.
Oh, never mind. I'm way out on the Niners. They will not win the division. They go Cowboys, which is probably winnable Sunday night.
Yeah.
Then they go Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, Bills, Bears.
Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, Bills, Bears. That's tough. I mean, they're supposed to beat all those teams. Like, they were in the Super Bowl last year, but the only one I'd be like, yeah, they could probably win is the Bears. But the Bears have a really good defense, and their offense has not been good.
And they still have to play the Lions.
Yeah. Who are probably going to just run away with the NFC.
They're so good. It sucks that Hutchinson got hurt.
Yeah. But they beat the Vikings. They just kind of took control of the division. I mean, I don't think, did they play the Packers yet?
No.
So, that should be good. They play the Packers on, we can't, it's a later game. They play the Packers in 2 weeks. I was going to say, that's the week we have to watch the Patriots because they might,
Hey, I'm
actually have a
going
chance
to
to
Mom
win,
and Dad's
but-
for that. by the way.
Sunday, November 3rd?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I will too. We can talk off air. Next question. Are the 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs I don't know how to frame this. I'm not going to say like the worst undefeated team, but like you don't trust them in every game. You're like, well, they should have lost that. But then when they win, you're like, well, that makes sense. They just kind of pulled something out. And I get it, but I don't get it. Mahomes hasn't been good.
Their defense is really good.
They're a defensive team, and that has Patrick Mahomes, who at the end of the game will make the right plays and win, which is very 2001 to 2006 Patriots.
Yeah. I think the 04 offense was decent. Was better than 03. Corey Dillon? Kidding me?
Sure. I'm just saying
It was 04, right?
their 04 was Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eagles fans forget that they lost the Super Bowl to Tom Brady. They just focus on that other one.
That was a terrible game to watch.
Mahomes has 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He has like 1,300 something passing yards.
I think they could care less, kind of.
I get it, and they're 6-0.
Without Rashee Rice, their offense is just, yeesh. Like, he was supposed to be the thing that kind of made the offense go.
So they'll end up being
What, 12
the
and 5?
1 seed. You think there's 5 teams that can beat them? You think they'll lose 5 games? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Every week I just wait for a team that can just kind of handle Chris Jones in the line.
They play the Bills, the Bucks. God, they get to play the Panthers and the Raiders. The Browns. Jesus.
Well, they play the Raiders twice because they're in the division.
And then they get to play the Broncos. Yeah, that's the division. They have the Texans, Steelers on Christmas Day.
Ooh. Hoo-hoo. Go to bed, kids.
They have the Black Friday game.
So something like...
I don't know. They might only lose 3 games.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They usually have a stupid one in there, though. But
all these games...
Okay, so perfect example is Monday night against the Bucks, right? Can Baker be like, you need to score 30 points to beat us tonight? That's what a team needs to do. It's just their defense has been so good, they haven't had to worry about it. And I guess they went shot for shot with the Ravens, but the Ravens have the worst pass defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
I just don't see... I'm waiting for a team, because all good defenses it happens to, that like they have an off day. It's just,
I think
when
the
is the
Bucs
team
take them down.
So that's in 2 weeks. So that... Because like the Broncos and Chiefs is going to be an ugly, low-scoring game. Chiefs will win. Broncos have a good defense, though. And it's just... I don't know. The Bills are one of those teams where maybe Josh Allen is on that day and is just like, yep, you're going to have to score 35 points to beat us. Same for the Panthers.
Yeah.
No, he's not listening because I said same for the Panthers. That's how that was the test.
I have to, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're probably going to go 15-2 or 14-3.
And be the number 1 seed.
Okay, next
Probably the
question.
weakest number 1 seed.
Probably the weakest.
Like in the past 5 years.
This is a good one. Next question, and you have a heart out. so we can wrap up with this short episode today. Some of us had procedures done and need to rest. Who would you say is the number 2 team currently in the National Football Conference? Because I think the top 2 teams are in the same division.
Yeah, I would go Packers. You know, they beat the Texans. I don't trust the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to come back to earth. And I think the Packers are just going to get better and better. So I'd go Lions, Packers.
I would too, but isn't it? No, it's fucked up about that. Not fucked up. It's just the way of the world. The Packers can't get the 2 seed if the Lions win the division.
Okay, so was that a trick question?
No. I think they're the second best team right now.
But obviously they can't get.
But now only one team gets the bye, so it doesn't matter. So if division winning, whatever. But if they're a game behind the Lions, they won't get the division. People in Green Bay,
cheeseheads.
No, life is good for them right now. They get their team's really, really good. Jordan Love is good. Aaron Rodgers is absolutely shitting the bed in New York.
Yep.
And they single-handedly, out of, what is it, 300 million people? Those people alone get to choose who our president is.
Is Wisconsin a swing state? Costner was
Yeah.
in Iowa or something.
No.
Nobody responded that Costner now sells coffee. It's crazy.
Tim.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, there's like 5 states that get to be like, yeah, we did it. We chose the president. And Wisconsin's one of them. Imagine them. You're walking around.
I can imagine which way they vote.
Your guy or gal wins, and they're just like, look at us. We're on top of the world.
And their fans own the team.
Yeah. We should. That's how we should grow the Never Wers. We just keep buying shares. And all of a sudden, it's like, these weird 3 podcasters from New England
they
have a giant
election.
stake. And now they're not only deciding. Weirdly enough, Jaden Reed has been traded to the Patriots for a 7th-round pick.
I don't even know who that person is. Is he an offensive lineman?
He is their best wide receiver.
What?
Number 11 on the Packers.
Just got traded to the Patriots.
No, Tim, you're not paying attention. I said if we grow our state and start making decisions, and then we can be lobbyists.
Yep.
And we can say put Kevin Costner on every K-Cup.
You think we could get Costner on the podcast? I'm going to write to his
sure
people.
We could. You know what? Horizon flopped. So for Horizon Part 2, he might need it. Did you see it?
I did not. I imagine it's
maybe
3 hours.
Maybe that's what I'll do for the next 3 hours I have free time.
I bet you could find something better to watch.
Why? It's his
Watch Swing Vote.
Horizon Part 1, an American Saga? Tim, this is going to be 4 parts. He's making 4 movies that are like 2.5 hours long.
He loves a long movie, that's for sure.
Dances with Wolves is long.
So long.
A lot of stretches of no words either.
Right, just buffaloes and horses. A lot of riding.
Perfect. It's a perfect squish movie for you.
Not for you anymore. You can't do that ever again.
Well, not for a week.
Yeah.
Tim, thanks for driving me to my vasectomy today. You've wanted me to mention that I got a vasectomy the whole 40 minutes we've been talking.
Well, I just don't understand how it's going to come up. You know, we spent all morning.
I dropped some hints. I mentioned being in a waiting room and procedures.
3 hours at Planned Parenthood.
Snipped.
In Manchester. Me and Quinn had nothing else we'd rather do.
You went to lunch.
Because it took so long.
You grocery shopped and went to lunch. That's what you do every Monday.
Fair. I did it in a different part of the state.
One last question, Tim.
Yes.
I know you have a heart out. Are you at all worried about the excitement that is Jaden Daniels? Left the game with a rib injury, but he was yucking it up on the sideline. Very well could have just been like, you took a hard hit, it's the Panthers.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy for 17 games, will they win the NFC East?
I would say by a landslide. I was impressed with what they did against the Panthers. That could have been a letdown game. Close, pull away, but no, they just kicked the shit out of them.
The Panthers are pretty god-awful.
No, but that's an easy letdown game. You're coming off playing the Ravens, close. You're like, it's the Panthers. Let's just go through the motions. Next thing you know, in the third quarter, it's 21-17. The Panthers they have the ball. I wouldn't say driving because I don't think they do that very much. But you're like, it's closer than it needs to be. And they said, nope, we're going to just put 40 on them. Jaden Daniels take the second half off. Or 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I think he got hurt in the first quarter.
True.
So.
And then finally, I got to say, it was very nice to have the 425 marquee game of 49ers Chiefs and have 2 not exciting games because I didn't have to worry about the other 2 games.
Yeah.
Jack, when you listen, Tim and I were talking about adding NFL Sunday Ticket to your YouTube TV account.
I'll send you $100.
If you want to chime in on that. We only got 3 months left. We can do a month to month and then cancel it if they allow that. It would really suck if they made you do it for the year.
That can't be a thing.
No, that can't be. We're just thinking with the Patriots spiraling, and be nice to have a couple quad boxes up there.
I'm also over red zone, Jack. You don't get a feel for the game.
And again, if you're listening to this, tell one friend about it.
Or 2.
Listen on Spotify. Or 2. Try to listen on Spotify because that's where we're through. We got to get up. We really got to get more numbers on there to get ads. Then we don't have to worry about pressuring Jack into letting us get NFL Sunday Ticket. We need the money.
You never split
Tim.
up the money last time when we were getting paid. I never got 75 cents.
Tim, we made $26 and it's just sitting in the account. It hasn't been withdrawn yet.
Right.
All right, you have to go pick your kid up from the bus stop.
All
right, everyone, have a good day. Bye, Tim.
Bye.